Greetings, redheads. Thank you for joining me in another edition of your favorite show, the one and only Red's View. Of course, I am your gracious host, J Red. Before I begin this video, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/Red's View. Hopefully, everybody's having a good Saturday. I had to stop everything I was doing to make this video real quick because it's hot in the headlines, hot off the press. Man, we got to talk about this, man. So, the question is, was Diddy extorted by Cassie? Was Diddy extorted by Cassie? Now, I'm asking this question, and it's not me choosing sides. It's not me saying who's right, who's wrong, all this stuff. In case you've been hiding under a rock, Cassie filed a $30 million lawsuit against Diddy for accusing him of rape. This is all allegations, accusing him of rape, accusing him of like sex trafficking, forcing her to have sex with male prostitutes, abuse, even blowing up Kid Cudi's car. All of this stuff, all allegations. But less than 24 hours or 24 hours after she filed the lawsuit, um, Diddy had made a settlement. They reached a settlement 24 hours or less than 24 hours after that. So when stuff like this happens, I like to kind of wait. I was gonna wait till Tuesday to make a video about this to cover it, but I wanted to give it some time, but it happened real fast. So a lot of people are just like, why was it settled so quickly? Is she extorting Diddy? Was she really abused? Is she lying? Is Diddy really the monster that everybody thinks that he is? So first, I'm gonna say this. This is all right now a matter of public opinion because we like who we like, right? We don't know Diddy personally. I don't, and I know millions of other people don't either. Now we've heard several stories about Diddy and his bad business practices and all this other stuff. So immediately I saw people on my timeline saying, "I believe Diddy did it. I believe Diddy did it." Right now, there are a lot of graphic details in this. Do I believe that Diddy actually abused Cassie? Do I believe that he sex trafficked Cassie? Do I believe he raped Cassie? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? A percentage of me, after reading some of the details, believes that some of it could be true. Some of it could be true, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not there. I don't know anything, just like you don't know anything. So we're all innocent until proven guilty. And the fact that this was a settlement has a lot of people really wondering what really was going on. So, like I said, people will believe who they want to believe and what they want to believe, because if it's your favorite artist or if it's your favorite sports player, if it's your favorite anybody, you hear allegations about that, depending on how you feel about that person, it's up to you whether you believe them or not. So I'm not jumping on the bandwagon saying I believe Cassie. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon saying that I believe Diddy. However, I'm just looking at it from different lens, like a different lens, trying to see, like, just covering and seeing what's going on. So one thing, people have been talking about the settlement, right? How come it happened so fast? Now, let me school you all. Just because you reach a settlement in court does not mean that you are guilty. Let me say it for the people in the back. Just because you reach a settlement in court does not mean that you are guilty. Now, there are several reasons why people could reach a settlement. One is because a lot of people don't understand, even if you're a mega millionaire or on billionaire status, right? It still costs a lot of money to go to court. Court drains you of money. It could be a lawyer that's $2,000 an hour, and the lawsuit alone, the case alone could be $2 million. Who just wants to throw $2 million out the window on something that could be settled that quick, right? So that's one thing. And Diddy, of course, his net worth is $1 billion. Some people will say, well, yeah, he could get past that, but no. The other thing is, it's bad business. I live in Atlanta, so I saw a party that was canceled because it was sponsored by DeLeon, and because of this Diddy thing that happened, they canceled it. They didn't want no part of it. That was just a small portion of what was going to happen. A lot of people will reach a settlement because if time lingers, then it leaves more opportunities for people to form an opinion about you, more stuff to come out, stuff to be uncovered, because Cassie had a 30-page document detailing every kind of thing you could think of. Diddy was like cucking her, watching male prostitutes have sex with her in front of him, and it was real graphic. So it was a lot of stuff, man, and more things, because you have to prove it in court. So a lot of different things could have came out. about Diddy and about anybody who's getting sued for that. So that's another reason he could have settled it, you know. And another thing, it could have been an NDA agreement that they had that expired, because one thing people are leaving out and you're not reading is that there is a statute of limitation act in New York that is going to expire next week. So Cassie her team had to go ahead and issue this lawsuit out to avoid it expiring. So that has something to do with it, you know. It was strategic. Now, uh, so that's the thing. Like, people were saying, how come it happened so quick? Now, some people were just like, Cassie got the bag and that's all that she wanted, right? Why did it take so long for her to come up and talk about this, right? To address it, to put it out. Why didn't she press charges? So let's talk about why she wouldn't press charges. So a person like Diddy, whose net worth is $1 billion, means that he has access to unlimited amounts of resources. Diddy is not going to go to jail. In order for Diddy to go to jail, do some jail time, it would have to be something major. I'm talking about, it's above abuse and rape, all that stuff. It has to be, that's major, right? But maybe a link to a murder. You got to supply like hardcore evidence in order for that to happen. So Cassie could have been looking at it like, look, he's not gonna do any criminal time. He's not gonna do any time. So it's a waste of time to do that. So why not get the money? Now, to play devil's advocate, she could have looked at it like, okay, I have been living a certain lifestyle since me and him broke up. I have things that are over his head that I can use as leverage in order to get the money that I want. At least let me get paid for all the abuse that I went through. You know, this could be all a part of that, because we don't know how it feels if you've never been a victim. A lot of people don't want to speak out and talk about it, especially going to court or file charges and stuff like that, because if you press charges, you deal with a lot of scrutiny and pain too. All the negative attention just doesn't go to your accuser, but it goes to that person as well, who's the victim. And sometimes like this, like Mark Lamont here, I saw his video when he talked about this. He said that some people don't want to see their former loved one go to jail. Maybe she doesn't want to see Diddy in prison. She wishes him the best, but she just doesn't want to see him in prison. She want to get some money. So it's not good to victim blame. However, you do have to look at it. Okay, it happened so fast. The settlement happened so fast. Did she already have a ballpark figure of what she wanted? Because if you ask me, $30 million for what she went through isn't enough. I'm not saying what the minimum or maximum could be, but if you ask me, I would predict it would be like 100 million, maybe 100 million. But to me, it was very strategic. She went after him for 30 million and could have settled for 15 million, 10 million. It could have been 5 million for all we know. She wanted that money. So it did happen fast. Some people like me, I think maybe a percentage of that could have been true, right? If you ask me, I think a percentage of that could have been true, but she could have went along with it. Maybe she was in the sexual activity that was going on. Now the abuse stuff, I don't know. That could have happened. That it was painful to actually read, but some of the sexual stuff that was happening, you were having sex with these male prostitutes and doing all this, that, and the third. Maybe that was something that you were interested in doing, you wanted to do, but you use that as leverage to go at Diddy, saying, hey, I'm gonna write this book. I heard she was writing a book about him and all this freaky stuff you did. I could combine that with the actual physical abuse that you did to me, and I put it all together and put it over your head. So Diddy had to get this out the way quick. He had to get this out the way quick, because if you wait and let this linger on, man, it could be real bad for business, because Diddy is not a self-made millionaire, billionaire. He's not self-made. He didn't start a company like a store, right? And then it became a franchise, and then he became a billionaire. No, Diddy has endorsements. He has different business deals. So it's bad to have rape allegations on you if you're connected in that way, especially if you're a black man. Let's keep it a buck, right? Look at Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors was accused of doing something to his former girlfriend or whatever, right? And then the army campaign, he was on an army commercial. They removed him from the commercial. They stopped using his advertisement. He is losing his role in Marvel as Kane the Conqueror. Oh, he's losing his role. They already considering coming with like Dr. Doom or something, but all off of accusations, all off of allegations. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it from that perspective as well. Like Diddy could transform into just a regular millionaire overnight because people are pulling out, their business with him. We see that happen. You saw that happen with Kanye West. He said something about the Jewish community, Jewish people, and his net worth went from billion to million fast overnight. So we have to know how this stuff works. But what kills me is that a lot of people think that Diddy is actually guilty. Somebody who is guilty, could he be guilty for reaching a settlement? That is a strong possibility. Could you be guilty for making a settlement? Yes, but that is not always the case. If I am a millionaire, say that my net worth is, let's say if I got 400 million liquid cash in the bank, and someone is suing me for something I know I didn't do, right? Like some rape allegations or something like that. I could fight that, but if I'm connected now, if I got my own money and I'm self-made, I wouldn't care, and it wouldn't matter about public opinion. I'll fight it, right? But if it's a situation where I got different businesses and different companies, he has Revolt, he got so many things tied to him, then you might be like, okay, they're coming at me. I got 400 million. They're coming at me for 30 million. Let me settle it just to get this out the way and give them $10 million. That would make logical sense. That will make logical sense. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm guilty. That means that I don't want to deal with the scrutiny and the smear of a smear campaign that would happen on me and my brand. Diddy saved his brand by reaching that settlement, even though he could be guilty. A lot of y'all don't understand logistics and how this law thing works. Settlement does not mean that you're guilty. Settlement just means that you came up with something that could, you know, soothe up the situation and get this off your wheels. You know what I'm saying? Get this off your wagon, get this out of your way. So that's one thing that you have to look at. And again, I'm not saying that Diddy is right or Cassie is right or wrong or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. And what the whole thing is, you can't get on her for waiting so long, right? We a lot of times when women come out with these allegations and stuff like that, maybe 20 years ago they weren't comfortable. However, I do feel like it should be a time limit, you know what I'm saying? Because you need to get to a point where you do something. Justice should be served. And see, you do a disservice to other victims, because if that is a rapist, if it is an abuser, if you don't say anything, nothing can be done, and they could make other victims. You allow that person to go out there and do it to other people as well. So a lot of women and a lot of people will feel like, hey, go ahead and say something. Now, to play devil's advocate, you may not feel comfortable doing it because that can ruin your reputation too. You'll always be known as the person that locked up their favorite rapper, locked up, like the Tory Lanez thing. Megan got shot. They proved it in court. And everybody is still victim blaming Megan. Everybody's saying, you're the reason why. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Whether people believe her or not, it is what it is, right? But she will always be known. And I feel like her career is on the nosedive right now because of that situation. People are linking that, okay, to Tory Lanez. When you think of Megan, you're thinking about Tory Lanez because Tory Lanez had a big fan base. And they are blaming Megan for ruining his career. That's their favorite artist. So it's all about that opinion. But the thing is, it's like, man, it's mind-blowing how people will favor who they want to favor. We don't know, and we weren't there to see if Cassie was actually abused and all this other stuff. A lot of people were just saying, I believe it, I believe it. How do you know? How do you know? But to play devil's advocate, we don't know. We've heard numerous rumors about Diddy, you know. It's a lot of them, but all that matters is what's proven in court. That's how it was handled. A lot of people feel like this was extortion, that she knew exactly what, because it did kind of seem fishy. It seems very fishy that she came up with this money and then overnight she just accepts it, right? So the question is this really about being a victim, or was it about securing a bag? She's used to living a certain type of lifestyle. So if that lifestyle isn't going to be there anymore, how can she get it back? She has to go after the cash cow. And Diddy is just like, okay, let me go ahead and pay her off. But it's good that Diddy did that, because I think more allegations are coming. See, Michael Jackson did this, right? He said this back in the 90s when he was accused of being a child molester. I forgot the little boy's name, but he did a settlement. They reached a settlement. And he said that was the worst mistake that he could have done because that opened up the floodgates for more children to come forward and say that he touched them and abused them. Because now that they see that I gave millions of dollars to this individual, oh, shoot, that family, oh, now it's time to get some money. So literally, if someone lies on you or files a lawsuit, you reach a settlement with them, other people could come up and make up a story and try to get money after you. And you could be like, damn, I don't want to have to reach these settlements, but it's better than getting scrutinized and having this thing aired out. So man, it's a lot of things to really look at in this situation. I do feel like we shouldn't victim blame. If Cassie really was abused and raped and sex trafficked and all that, more power to her for being compensated for it. However, it does look very fishy to say that you want 30 million one day and the following day. How often do you see that a settlement is reached that fast? So that doesn't mean that Diddy is guilty, and it doesn't mean that Cassie was right, but it does mean that something was going on. I strongly believe something was going on. Some of that, like I said, a percentage of that I can believe, but it's all allegations at the end of the day. But if you ask me, my final thought is I feel like some of that happened. Could be a percentage of it, and some of it was fabricated in order to make a good case. Diddy knew it. They already were probably in discussions and talks about this already, and Diddy didn't pay up. He probably ignored it for a little bit and got slipping. Like when you got that rent due, and or a bill due, and you keep forgetting that payment or keep putting it off, they're gonna cut your lights off, they're gonna cut your phone off, and they're gonna evict you if you let it go for too long. And I think that Diddy got caught slipping. But I feel like more allegations are coming. I think that men and women see, because think about this, man. She said that male prostitutes had sex with her unwillingly, right? Well, she had unwillingly sex with them. Don't you think that those male prostitutes, somebody could come out and say, like, hey, I was a male prostitute. I was one of the ones that Diddy was talking about, and he made me do it. Diddy had sex with me as a man, all this other stuff. Man, you see this happen all the time. So I feel like the rumors of him being gay, bisexual was already out there. So she could have used that as leverage. Also, people could use that as leverage. The stuff that is already negative about Diddy, you can use it now, and you see that she got a bag. Oh, it's gonna be more. Mark my words. Within a couple of days, maybe next week or something, you're gonna see some more cases come up about people you never even heard of or people that you do know. So y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this, man. But like I said, settlements don't mean that you're guilty, but they also don't mean that you're innocent. You have to understand how it works. Let me know in the comments what y'all think about this, man. Subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/RedsView. Follow me on all social media platforms at JAYR3D. This is J Red, RedsView signing out.